It has been 10 years since LEGO Group President and CEO Jorn B. Kudstob stepped into the role at the head of the then ailing Danish toy maker. On the verge of bankruptcy, Kudstob led the mammoth task of cleaning up the house and realigning the group to its core. During a recent visit to Malaysia, I caught up with Kudstob to talk about his journey with LEGO and where the group is headed now.
So I knew that the brand and the product would survive. I didn't know how big it could become, but I knew it was going to survive. So my emphasis from the beginning was, okay, I hope I can be, together with my colleagues, the best management the brand can have because it deserves it. But if we don't succeed, I'm sure somebody else is going to buy the company or do it on our behalf. So that was my primary focus, and therefore I wasn't so focused on how to change the brand. I was very focused on how to better lead the company. How can we change the culture? How can we change the business system? So LEGO was already back then a very creative and enthusiastic company, but it lacked a certain degree of business acumen and professionalism in the way it was being operated. So my job was very much, how can I lift the quality of the leadership in the organization, make it better and make it better capable, because the fundamental question of existence, I think, was very clear.
After spinning off multiple business units, including its theme parks and video games business, the LEGO Group has managed to grow each year for the last decade.
LEGO has now, in 10 consecutive years, seen organic growth every single year, every single quarter. And I think it puts us in a group of companies that are very, very few companies who can grow every year for 10 straight years. So sooner or later, LEGO is going to have a year where we don't grow so much. That's just the rules of economics, and we cannot bend them. But I do believe that over a long horizon, LEGO faces a lot of growth potential. And the key driver of that is the global demographic development. So the growth of the South compared to the North, if you like. So South America, Africa, Middle East, Asia, both western parts and eastern parts of Asia, offer just an enormous growth potential for a brand like LEGO. So I do think long-term the growth prospect is a very positive one.
With a more focused business model, the LEGO Group is now closely driven by its fundamental reason for existence, the LEGO brick.
Today, I would say what defines our strategy is this basic understanding that this idea that we have here in front of us at the table is really an idea that has a global appeal. You know, wherever we go, Africa, Brazil, North America, Beijing, Malaysia, people get it. People really love to construct and be creative. And so because we have something that's globally and universally appealing, then our job is to make sure it also reaches ultimately every child in every country in the world. And that's really our emphasis now in expanding our global presence and leveraging digital technology in that process to make LEGO the most global company in the business of play.
In the nearer term, Asian markets, especially Southeast Asia, are showing promise. LEGO Group already has a foothold in the more developed Asian markets like Japan, South Korea, Hong Kong, Taiwan, and Singapore. Now, Kudstob said, markets like Thailand, Indonesia, Malaysia, and India represent a huge growth potential for the group. In Malaysia, the toy sector is expected to grow between 10 to 15% a year over the next 10 years.
It seems our ability to grow should exceed those 10 to 15% simply because we are experiencing a very hot interest in the LEGO brand, in the Malaysian community.
To meet the growing demand for LEGO products in the country, LEGO Group has recently officiated LEGO Trading Malaysia Sdn Bhd, its first office in Asia. Janice Tian, The Edge TV.